from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the podcaster who's here to keep you company, take your mind off of stuff, and enable you to get the sleep you need and you deserve, but to cut through the loneliness in the deep, dark night in a very silly way. Even though I'm using a kind of serious tone right now, I can still say Fanoni Frone or whatever, but I'm just here to take your mind off stuff and keep you company so that you can get the rest you need. The show is very different, and if you keep listening, you'll find out. If you already know within 10 seconds you don't like me or the show, I mean, I would say give it a few tries because the podcast is free, and it really works for the people it works for. It just doesn't work for everybody. But if you already know that it's not going to work for you, check out sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. Has a bunch of other sleepy stuff on there and sleep podcasts you could check out. But if you do give it a few tries, just see how it goes. Most people say it takes 2 or 3 tries to get used to. But the show is here, and I have sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you, because you deserve a good night's sleep, right? A bedtime you could look forward to, a friend to keep you company and make bedtime a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more cozy, a little bit more friendly. So that's what I'm here to do. The way it works is we'll have some support after this. So the show's free, paying for it's optional. Then there's a long, meandering intro, separate from the support. It's totally separate from the support, the intro. But the intro is meant to ease you into bedtime. It introduces you to the show. But for most listeners, they're getting ready for bed, and it's just part of their bedtime routine and their wind-down routine. And then we'll have a bedtime story after that. I actually honestly don't know what it's going to be because there's a couple things floating on the recording schedule, so I'm not sure which episode I'm going to record that's going to go with this intro. So rolling some random fun here. And, yeah, well, you say, Scoots, well, let me get to, this is just the very beginning of the podcast. So, yeah, that's the structure of the show. That's what I make the show. So give it a try and see how it goes. And these sponsors are how we're able to do it twice a week. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots here. I'm talking about sleep phones, Sleep With Me merch sleep phones. And a lot of people have been wondering, hey, how do I, listen to Sleep With Me but not have my phone in bed with me? Sleep phones, the most comfortable way to listen to Sleep With Me. Speakers, soft speakers, and a soft, stretchy headband. Cool way to listen to Sleep With Me because you look cool, and because it says Sleep With Me, or there's different versions with different Sleep With Me stuff on there, and it's kind of private. You don't have your partner or your roommate, or if you're on a plane or in a hotel, you can listen to Sleep With Me without interrupting everybody, and it's a little bit closer and a little bit chiller. I don't know. My mom loves her sleep phones. But yeah, if you don't want to use your phone in bed, great way to do it. Sleepwithmepodcast.com/sleepphones and use Sleep With Me at checkout for $5 off your order. Thanks, everybody. All right, everybody, it is time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix Sleep. And I want to know what mattress you get matched with. Go to helixsleep.com/sleep and take that 2-minute quiz and then check out which model of Helix you want to get, because Helix has got this new collection, Helix Elite. They also have mattresses for big and tall sleepers, even a mattress just for kids. And if you take that Helix quiz, you can find the mattress best for you and your body, or you and your partner's body. And that personalized mattress is shipped straight to your door free of charge. Helix knows there's no better way to test out a mattress than in your own home, in your own bed. That's why they offer a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to test out your new Helix mattress. And the reason they have so many different mattress models to choose from and that handy-dandy quiz to match you with the right one, they got models with memory foam for optimal pressure relief if you sleep on your side, more responsive foam to cradle your body for stomach and back sleepers, enhanced cooling features to keep you from overheating at night, and every Helix mattress has a hybrid design, individually wrapped steel coils, premium foam layers, perfect combination of comfort and support. And like I said, I sleep on my side, I sleep on my stomach, I like to sleep cool, and that's how I got matched with the Helix Dusk. I picked the Helix Dusk Luxe, and I love this mattress. I cannot, But you could find the best mattress for you by taking that Helix mattress quiz. Setup is fast and easy, comes straight to your door, delivered in a box for free. Helix mattresses all come with a 10 to 15-year warranty, depending on the model. And Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. You go to helixsleep.com/sleep. This is their best offer yet. It won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. And you can take the quiz for free. I don't know what you're waiting for because I'm sleeping so good. I want you to sleep so good too. So take that quiz. Let me know what you got. Thanks, everybody. Support for Sleep With Me comes from Odoo. If you feel like you're wasting your time and money with your current business software or just want to know what you could be missing, then you need to join the millions of other users who switched to Odoo. Odoo is the affordable all-in-one management software with a library of fully integrated business applications that help you get more done in less time for a fraction of the price. To learn more, visit odoo.com/withme. That's odoo.com/withme. Odoo, modern management made simple. All right, everybody, it is time for the Sleepy Supporter Zone, the one part of the podcast I need you here. It's where I pop my peas, if you please. I thank the members of the Deep Dark Night United who went the extra steps to support the show. And that's how we get to be here free, is these people that are taking action. And I really appreciate it because I know how many of you appreciate it because I've heard from you. So I want to thank Moses. Now, Moses and Moses' family, the Moseses, they went to helixsleep.com/sleep. They took the test multiple times because they got a Midnight Lux and a Twilight Lux mattress. They let Helix know about it. They let me know about it. So thank you, Moses and family, because we couldn't do it without people like Moses and Moseses. It's funny, I grew up knowing some Moseses. But anyway, thank you, Moses family. Except Moses is Moses' first name in this case. Anyway, some misusing my whatever possessives. But thank you, Moses, for supporting Helix. If you want to get on the Sleepy Supporter Zone, support a sponsor, refer people to the show, take some action, let me know about it, let the sponsors know about it. Fill out the form at sleepwithmepodcast.com/sponsors, or just tag me on social media, and I'll try to thank you here on the Sleepy Supporter Zone like Moses. Second part of the Sleepy Supporter Zone is you getting the support you need right now. If you're having a tough time, there's links to resources, including international resources you can connect with right now. It's about being a part of positive change, not just saying Black Lives Matter, not just saying support Ukraine, not just saying stop AAPI hate. It's taking action, learning more. There's links to resources you could do that because we're part of a lot of different communities here. And I know it's not an easy time right now for anybody. And one of the organizations we're supporting is Hand in Hand. I heard about it from Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and I'd love it if you join me in supporting Hand in Hand directly. You could either Google it or you could use the link in our show notes. And I'll just read this one statement from Hand in Hand. Raising children to see the humanity in one another is the only way to change our world. It is the only path to ensure that our collective fate be one of safety, peace, and equality for all. So get over there, learn more about Hand in Hand, and support them. Mr. Bart, a lot of people work hard on this show. Who are they?
Chris Posty Poster Song sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes. Carl W. the legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the mystery bard. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at jonathanmann.net. I'll write a song for you. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support dear Scooter on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcripts.
Thank Thanks, Mystery Bard. Don't forget, sign up for our referral program. If you prefer to listen to Sleep With Me ad-free, you can earn ad-free months by referring people to the show. Just sign up at sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer. And what do you say we slow it down and get on with the show? Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep? Trouble staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you can set aside whatever's keeping you awake. It could be thoughts from the past, present, future, thinking stuff, thoughts. It could be feelings, anything emotionally coming up for you related to those thoughts or feelings that are just there. It could be physical sensations, changes in time, temperature, routine. It could be, you could be traveling, you could have gas, you could have something coming up that you're anticipating or getting ready for, going through something, getting over something. Work schedules, whatever it is. And the reason I list all that stuff is to let you know you're not alone. And I know this is a podcast and it goes out and it's pseudo, but this is the truth. There's someone else listening right now while you're listening. And there's someone listening right now who knows what it feels like in the deep, dark night. I'd say there's a lot of people listening that have strong feelings around sleep. And so they may be able to relate to what you're going through, what's keeping you up. And they may have even been through it. If I haven't been through it, I can probably relate to how it feels. But even if I can't, for some reason, the scope of my scope's pretty limited, but I know how it feels for me. But there's someone listening who can relate to how you feel. And they're nodding their head right now. And that's important to stop and point out. Because that's the main thing about this podcast. It's a bit silly. It tries to add some fun and levity to bedtime. And I think that fun and levity comes through the fact that we're connected and saying, yeah, it's not always great. It hasn't always been great for me. So that's one part of it. The other side is that you deserve a bedtime with some levity. You deserve a bedtime you could feel neutral about and not dread. And you deserve the sleep you need so your life is more manageable. And I really hope this show can provide it for you. Now, it doesn't work for everybody. I said this earlier, but about 1 million people have told me over the past 10 years, hey, it took 2 or 3 tries to get used to the fact that your show never made it. It doesn't make any, these are the compliments, that I don't need to listen to you and that you're always never barely going anywhere. Like text-based video games, well, I guess they wouldn't be video games, text-based adventures, once, you're spinning your wheels looking at that. So what's my point in there? You deserve a good night's sleep and you deserve the rest you need. So your life is better. You could be out there flourishing. That's important to me. And, I think, it takes some getting used to. That's what I was talking about. Just a lot of people, it doesn't until their second or third try. There are people that work for right away, and they say, holy cow, I've been looking for this my whole life. I had no idea something this strange, no idea anyone would pursue this for 10 years and tens of thousands of hours of work and make it into a craft. I don't need to even worry or think about that. That's great. Because I'm already drifting off. But what was I talking about? It just takes 2 or 3 tries to realize, okay, this isn't, like when you first get to the show, you're probably skeptical or doubtful or just irritated because you can't sleep and you tried a bunch of things over the past long time. And then you get this dude rambling on and on and on, and you say, when does the sleepy stuff start? And everybody chuckles at the regular listener because they say, it's already been brought, it's already been brought. And if there's one movie quote I've said the most on this podcast, I don't know, there's probably Oshkosh Bagosh, but I don't know if that's in a movie. I mean, that couldn't be attributed to a movie because it's some sort of major thing. But it's already been brought, and it's definitely the quote. You say, does he quote a lot of movies like those people that quote things? No, only things that we have no idea what he's talking about. Then he tries to explain it, and then it becomes So, yeah, mostly he quotes from Bring It On, but only one line from Bring It On, and he doesn't even have the context for the line because it's actually from the trailer. So, yeah, so that's why when you get here, you're skeptical or doubtful. So what I do, though, is I send my voice across the deep, dark night. I use lulling, soothing, creaky, dulcet tones, pointless meanders, superfluous tangents, all to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff so that you could fall asleep. That's really what I'm doing. And what are pointless meanders and superfluous? It just means, you've already kind of seen it. I go off topic, I get mixed up, then I use filler words by accident or on purpose, but rarely on purpose. Because, I use naturally, these are natural filler words, so most of them. I guess I don't use, then the other ones are gratuitous. So that was not gratuitous. That was just me buying time while I thought of something, try to think of where we're going next. Where we're going next is, okay, where are we going next? Great question, Scoots. Pointless manner, superfluous tangents. This show, the two of the things that take getting used to is, one, this is a podcast you don't really listen to. You just kind of barely listen, just like background noise. It's meant to ramble on and on and on. And some people, it's like a TV on in the other room. Some people, it's like a friend talking to you that you're not paying attention to. Some people, it's just a mumble of just pure background noise. And some people, it's like a friend you're paying attention to, but the friend's like, anytime you nod off, like kind of like a movie you watch when you're tired and you say, well, I want to watch this movie, but I'm falling asleep. Whatever, on a school night or a work night or even a Friday night after a long week. And you say, I can't keep my eyes open. And that's paying me for me, that's a great compliment. So I'm happy to hear that. So if you can't keep your eyes open, that's perfect. That's what this show's designed to do. So it's a podcast you don't really listen to, but you could listen, because this podcast actually isn't here to put you to sleep. It's here to keep you company while you fall asleep. That's why the episodes are over an hour. There's no pressure to fall asleep with this podcast. There's plenty of time. There's 600 free shows ready to go. So if you do become a regular listener, then you can pick and choose or create playlists in your apps and kind of, create your own experience if you want, or you could just listen to them, as they come out, whatever works for you. That way there's no pressure. You don't have to worry about the episode being over, and you don't have to think about falling asleep. I'm here to keep you company and take your mind off stuff and just be myself and be my own best version of my imperfect self. I'm here to be your boar friend, your boar bae, your boar sib, your boar bestie, your neighbor, your boar burr, your boar bee, your boar bud, your boar bruh, your boar. I don't think we've used that one. I've used boar before. Boar in charge. That's too many. But boar. That could be another one. Like a boar bee. That's somewhat cute. Boar. Like that's what no little kids. You know what? I don't think I've ever have I disclosed this on the podcast before? Talk about a pointless meander. But I'm here to keep you company. But so I have a nickname that one of my nephews and my niece gave me. I don't think they listen to the podcast. Like for a lot of times, like my nieces and nephews, because they live like in other states, so I only see them, once or twice a year. If I'm lucky, like they a lot of times would call me that guy, and because I'm kind of a goofball, but say, well, I approach you, I just like sleep with me. You approach it with trepidation. That's normal. But at some point, my nickname, and it's one of those nicknames that a little kid gives you that's has a twist, has a charge to it. It doesn't sound as innocuous as it is, but they call me Uncle Baby. And I like it, but it comes with, and then it's very good because it's very participatory, because then I can make baby sounds when they call me Uncle Baby. But they ain't calling me Uncle Baby like, yeah, like I'm performing a jazz set. And they're like, oh, yeah, Uncle Baby, play it again. They're just saying Uncle Baby because it can be a big baby sometimes. What does that have to do with anything? I have no idea. Just a boar made me think of it. So podcast you don't really need to listen to. Doesn't put me to sleep. Takes a ton of time to get used to because it's so different. What other good news do you have for us? Oh, well, the show is structured in a very deliberate way. It is adjustable or malleable, depending on your podcast app or your level of interest. But most people just consume it linearly. But we structure it with that in mind. Most people listen to the ad-supported show linearly, but there is ways that people adjust. So that's why the show is designed the way it is. It starts out with a greeting, friends beyond the binary, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls. Then I talk about some stuff and say something silly. And that's kind of like that boring guy thing, like my nieces and nephews call it, that guy. Because you say, okay, I'm comfortable with them, but over there, like I'll check that sleep podcast out, but I ain't going to go in there. Like I like the general idea of it, but let me see. And that's what we acknowledge. That's why we start off with that. Then there's support, so the show's free. Paying for it's optional. Then there's a long meandering intro, which some people lump in with the support, but unfortunately they miss out on either the chance to adjust the show how they want to listen to it, or that this is really a show within a show. The intro is meant to ease you into bedtime. And it's about the first third of the show, the intro and the support combined, because it's meant to get you ready for bed. There's people that are in bed getting comfortable. There's a small percentage of people that are asleep. There's a small percentage of people that start the show at 20 or 30 minutes. But for most listeners, the intro is meant to ease you into bedtime, right? That's just what's been shown to work is have a bedtime routine. So you could listen while you're getting ready for bed, or you're doing a chill activity, or you're getting comfortable, so that we slowly descend like a landing strip from being awake to eventually going to sleep. And the intro is different every time because my brain adjusts to every other thing I tried to use to sleep before I started making Sleep With Me. My brain adjusted to because it said, well, now it's going to repeat. The owl always, chimes in at every 28 minutes. And I say, okay, great. Thanks for letting me know that. You can't come up with these incredibly astute observations during the daytime. But oh boy, like on an 8-hour nature loop, and no one's going to sneak anything by you. That's how my brain works. So I don't know if you can relate, but so that's why that's why I personally have a wind down routine. My wind down routine is actually like closer to an hour, but that includes everything: getting ready for bed, stretching or foam rolling, meditating, all that stuff. But the last 30 minutes is spent reading. But you could do drawing or something, or you could do some light reading while you listen to Sleep With Me. And I'm always loving to hear what people are doing during their wind down routine, so you could let me know. But that's why the intro goes on and on and on. And then there's support after the intro, so the show can be free. And then there's a bedtime story, which we're not 100% sure what it'll be tonight, but I know it'll be snoozy because I know what our options are. So that's cool. Then there's thank yous at the end. So that's the structure of the show. That's why I make the show. I'm really glad you're here. I work really hard. I yearn and I strive, and I really hope I can help you fall asleep. Thanks again for coming by. And here's a couple of ways we're able to do it for you for free twice a week. Sleep With Me is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. All right, everybody, it is time to talk about tonight's sponsor, ZocDoc. And you know that feeling you get? I just had it the other night. I was out to dinner with somebody. They showed me this new cooking device. It was shiny. It was made of metal. It was digital. It was sleek. And it was on sale. And I was like, okay, I got to get it, right? Checked all the boxes, great reviews, shipped it straight to my door, 48 hours or less. So why is it I could get some obscure cooking device? I'm not even sure how it works. But when you want to see a good doctor, it takes forever to get an appointment, and there's no way to tell if they're going to be a good fit. Well, that's where ZocDoc comes in. It is a place to find and book great doctors who actually have amazing reviews, many with appointments available within 24 hours. ZocDoc is a free app where you can find amazing doctors and book appointments online. And we're talking about booking appointments with thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed doctors and specialists. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat almost any condition you're searching for. And these docs all have verified reviews from actual real patients, not bots. The average wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is just 24 to 48 hours. That's it. You can even score same-day appointments. Once you find the doc you want, you can book them immediately with just a few app taps. No more waiting awkwardly on hold with the receptionist. And you've heard me talk about how I've searched for different specialists on ZocDoc, how much I love it, and how many listeners I've heard from that move to new cities, that change insurance. So we've checked out ZocDoc. You should too. Go to ZocDoc.com/sleep and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/sleep. ZocDoc.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody. Everybody, Scoots here. Welcome to our episodically modular series, Journey into the World of Friends. It's an adventure in friendship. And what this adventure is I think all of the characters catch up on most of it, but it's a group of friends who are playing, or they're designing a role-playing campaign or role-playing adventure. And then they kind of got involved in their role-playing adventure, very deeply involved, you'd say, adventuring in a theme park, maybe in our future alternative timeline. I'm not exactly sure. In a theme park, so long since closed, but not dormant. Oh, no. Full of activity, and they're inside a ride called Journey into the World of Friends, where characters once upon a time sang about friendship as you over and over again in all the languages of the world, I believe, as you rode a boat through sets of them dancing and singing and smiling. Sounds like just the kind of ride I would love to get stuck on if I was making a sleep podcast. That's a little nugget of Genesis there. But talking about journey into the world, the adventure of friendship, I have a friendship with an adventurer who's here as our Hollywood announcer. He goes on an adventure every week. Well, not every week, every 10 days about. Also, I just text him. I say, by the way, I'm recording episode 9 tomorrow. And he's always willing to be here. And that's our Hollywood announcer, Mr. Antonio Banderas. This is Friends Beyond the Binary. This is ladies and gentlemen, this is boys and girls. It's time for friendship. Yippee-yi-yay. And journey into the world of friends. Hello, friend. That was from, was that from Baldur's Gate? Did you just quote that back? He did. He shrugged. Baldur's Gate's like the hot game when we're recording this. 3, I think. That's from the original, which we never finished, Antonio. And then we bought the tablet version, but it was just too, couldn't get past the initial phase. But Antonio's just shrugging because that's what you do, huh, buddy? Well, welcome to Journey into the World of Friends. And I don't know what else to say other than I'm honored to be here. Oh, Antonio also wanted me to let me know, like, he realizes that It's just, he doesn't, I don't think he actually lives in Hollywood. So he told that to me, but I think he was playing with me because I said, well, it's a term, it's in a term of endearment in this case and kind of non-humbling. Like, so we got ourselves a Hollywood announcer, real or imagined Hollywood, not the announcer. You're just in my dreams. But thanks, everybody. It's time for a journey into a world of friends. Okay, before we proceed, as we're packing up, we're trying to get into the security room, but can we kind of go through where we are and how we got there? This is Zell. Yeah, Zell, why don't you take it? Okay, well, we're trying to get into the security room. That's kind of a focal point of the handy halls, which are beneath this theme park within the land of leisure where we're adventuring. Important discussion point I'd like to have in a world that's not our own, that we're actually adventuring in, probably seems like it. Now, I don't know if we discussed that recently, but it's just been, that's what I was thinking about last night when I should have been getting shut-eye. We were originally, this adventure started in a living room, and it became more of an adventure when we all started having to live together. And whatever, that part's not as important as we were designing an adventure into this attraction called Journey into the World of Friends. A leisurely boat ride through a world of friends, a journey through the world of friendship across the globe or the world of friends. I don't know. But it was a time of great need because the Baron of the Boil, who was looking like they were going to be a pretty good leader of Florida. And she had kind of restored the water flow, like across the state so people could grow stuff and drink water, and seemed to kind of keep everybody like free commerce and, travel and adventuring. But the Baron had said that the water flow had stopped again and been interrupted. And eventually found out it was the Baron's kind of like a partial, not a son by birth, but a son by choice, Veduel, a magic user, partially cool-blooded lizard, or not part dragon, but dragon person. And we learned that Veduel and Veduel's minions had taken over this attraction. And this part of this theme park within the land of leisure, which is a collection of theme parks where in the before time, people would come to a vacation and have simulated adventures. Their adventures were actually more than designing a role-playing game, but not like we're in now. And eventually we made our way to this attraction. First we had to, go through the typical stages of adventure, having going to a town, gathering supplies and rumors and subquests, motivations, all that. But at some point, we found ourselves in the attraction on a quest to restore speaker wire to a room of friends who needed to sing and dance. And as we tried to do that, we met Mary Bear of Mary Bear Repair. But that part was where things started to be in person. I still don't, now I believe that we're actually here. I know there's some people that say this is still a dream or whatever, but it's been going on for a while. So we have to stop Veduel because Veduel's up to a bunch of things, mostly interrupting the water flow across from, for the natural, well, it's not natural, but the flow of water across the state of Florida. And then, so we don't like that, that was our first thing. Also, Veduel's attempting to excavate some sort of well of power or a portal to another world that we've come in contact with on other adventures, but not in real thing like this. And it would give Veduel unimaginable power and unleash who knows what on this world. That's where I get into my questions. What would happen to our world if this Veduel succeeds? The good news is Veduel's not going to succeed no matter what happens, because Veduel does not know that a countdown has begun, which will cause this area to be flooded. Now, the bad news is that will be the end of the Land of Leisure and the World of Friends. Also, within each attraction, or at least this attraction, and as part of the other adventure we're on, what do you call it? The ride characters have gained sentience, and so they're actual beings. In my opinion, they're living beings, even though they're not organic beings. So that would probably at least create an impediment to their continuing on in this phase of their existence, which I have trouble with. But, I get it. But what our current plan is we were supposed to, also the Baron of the Boil's son was somehow on an adventuring party that seems to have been found out by Veduel. So we're still trying to find the Baron of the Boil's son, adult son, adventurer, then stop Veduel, then stop the countdown is our current plan. And we've been led to believe that within the security room, we'll be able to get maps and maybe advanced tools to help us in our quest to stop Veduel. Also, it's locked up, so I guess there's always that thing of like, why is this locked up so tight? But I'm just wondering, the stakes-wise for us as an adventuring party, especially since now we're arriving at near the entrance of the security room, and knowing that in the other hallway there was a surprise planted by Veduel, and we'll roll our dice and see if we discover the surprise, proverbially, I guess, but is the because there's all those vines hanging down, and that tells me that something's going on, and also the floor's filled with water. But like, what'll happen if we don't succeed, right? Does anybody have any theories? I mean, what will happen to us if we don't succeed in maintaining our existence in this realm? Will we just wake up at home? And not to be a spoiler, but I don't think that's the case. I think we'll be headed to another phase of existence or non-existence. And I guess I'm not looking to build consensus. I think if we don't succeed in this mission, like if this is a universe we're actually in, then what happens is this universe probably, also I'd like to get home, but I don't know. Also, I don't really like, this is kind of cool. So I don't know. Does anybody have any thoughts? This is Granada of Dharma, Cazell, and I don't know if everybody wants to wait. Like, the thing is, I'm examining what we're looking at now in this moment, and I found that that's all I can really take in. And I think I think I speak for everyone on some level. That probably now's not the best time to discuss. Let's get into the security room, okay? And by looking at this area and knowing that Veduel probably has set a surprise for us, I'm thinking that somebody else, looks like Eleanor's checking the vines, but I'm seeing some small exit holes that I'm guessing are related to the floor is hidden under the water. It could be water displacement, but I think it's just that, or maybe it's magical. I don't know, Wada. You could check in that there's little darty poos that would come see us if we work our way across the room. I'm not exactly sure that they're the kind we could avoid, though. Because of the water, there's no way to tell. But we do have a couple people, very well armored and shielded. and we can see where the holes are. So unless there's any hidden holes that I think a phalanx of 2 shields could cover us, is my opinion. What about the vines, Eleanor? Yeah, the vines kind of seem relatively harmless. They could activate, so I don't think, like, because maybe you were thinking the same thing. Maybe you could have proceeded and unlocked the door since the lock is above the holes for the darty poos. But the vines will not, they are related to a plant, once known as the, I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, what's your desire plant. And this plant's desire is that it likes our warmth and wants to embrace us for a very long time. But it's not an immediate danger. Like, it'd be only if we're grabbing onto the vines. I don't think the vines are going to actively pursue us. Okay, so I think we could proceed if you, Eleanor, and, maybe, Eleanor, you got but could we go 3 phalanx of shields? Yeah, this is Eleanor. Zell and Lord Von Chill are getting ready. Go ahead. Well, we didn't check in with Wada. Yeah, I do detect some magic, but I can't figure out what it is, but I'm hearing something. So if we all fall quiet for a second, it's up in the, it's Mary Bear. Hey, Mary Bear. Mary Bear, what's going on? We're trying to get into the security room. Have you been, okay, you're in a hurry. Okay, you got to get back. But you knew you'd find, okay, because rumors work their way around fast, huh? Okay, what do you want to say? A lot is happening. Okay, got that. A lot is happening. Everybody hear that? Remember the ride. Okay. Remember the ride where you ride through the boat? The attraction. Okay. What's it? The attraction, Journey into the World of Friends, right? Okay, you got, and also you're going to help us? Oh, why? Oh, the darty poos are electrified. Oh, so if we were in the water, and even with the shields, we would have been all in big trouble. Very powerful, magical electricity, huh? So what are you going to do, Mary Bear? Oh, you're going to swing in front of that. You're going to you'll wait for us to activate it, but you'll swing. So we'll duck down. Okay, but what'll happen? No, I don't. I'm not familiar with the principles of electricity, really. I mean, I know I know with my spells. Okay, so we'll go. Oh, only Granada. Okay, and then you'll. Okay, go ahead, Granada. Oh yeah, we got to figure out. Okay, Granada's proceeding pretty high in dexterity. Dexterously. Okay, and then we're seeing the darty poos activating. That does not look comfortable, Mary Bear. Don't worry about it. Your voice is different. Okay, you sure you can still proceed? Some of your soldering maybe. Okay, but okay. Bye, Mary Bear. Don't forget the attraction. Okay. I wonder what she meant by that. Like, is that a way of letting us know we should really save the attraction? Okay, Zell's call, or sorry, I got my head on too many things here. I thought Zell was leading, then Granada, but so Granada's almost got the door unlocked. Okay, oh wow, the door is opening. It's like it's like one of those, that's a thick door made of some sort of, it's like armor, but thicker than any armor I've ever seen. That is amazing. Yeah, that's one thick door. Okay, it's open. How should we proceed? Okay, go ahead, Granada. You're looking in. Okay, the room is circular. Okay, there are some security bots in there. 2 of them against a wall, not active. Okay. The room is very preserved, but someone's been here. Okay. And so the room is circular. And then in the center of the room is some circular, desks and furniture. Okay. And then there's other metal doors to enter. Okay. And, there's other doors, a couple other doors. Okay. Not the entrance doors like this one we just opened, but there are the other entrance doors. So probably other rooms. Yeah. Okay. 2 styles of doors to the other rooms. Okay. That's interesting. And it feels clean and modern, you're saying. Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay. Any surprises? No. You want me to come closer? Okay. I'm coming closer. Okay, still detect, and Eleanor, why don't you also, I still detect the presence of strong magic, but it's permeating this whole area. There's something going on in one of those rooms behind one of those doors, but it could be the surprise of a duel left for us, but I don't detect anything in this immediate vicinity. Eleanor? No, I'm certain that there's nothing in this room. Fairly certain. And I defer to you that maybe there's something in another room. Okay, go ahead and proceed in, Granada. Oh, Granada, you just took a step back. Okay, there's one of the security bots is rolling around. It's like the bot we met with Mary Bear. Okay. You're okay. You're in a good position. Okay, you want us to take it back up, it doesn't seem to register your awareness you're there. What did you throw something in there? Oh, yeah, an empty can. Okay. So, okay, you're going to get closer. Oh, yeah, this is Granada of Darmok. So it's making some sort of humming sound. It's a pleasant humming sound. Maybe it's not a security bot. Maybe it just seems to be moving around aimlessly. I think it's malfunctioning, as they say. And the other 2 are shut down. So I don't know, maybe Mary Bear I don't know. Mary Bear's gone, right? Okay, why doesn't everybody else come in here? And Wada, this seems to be where they would work from. Was this a room where there'd be sorcerers? And why? Because this seems like the kind of thing in the center of this room. There's desks and seats. What's this circular thing around us? Yeah, this is Wada. So I'm familiar enough with the lore and the history. So this was, it wasn't sorcerers, believe it or not. It was about the same thing, principles of electricity and electron flow, that this was one large screen, they called it, which could be broken up into smaller screens where they could view electronic eyes, which were like magic. Where whatever this room was covering a certain portion of the park, keeping an eye on this attraction and other attractions. And so you could see things there. And these bots, I don't know if they would send them out, but they're stationed here. And some of these knobs and buttons and things are meant to control what you would see on the screen as well as the screens themselves. Does that make sense to everybody? Granada here, Wada, kind of. So people would sit at these desks and press buttons and knobs while they're watching through magical or electronical eyes. I'm familiar with this from adventures. What was happening remotely at this attraction and other attractions, and look for opportunities to make people feel secure and to be helpful. Yeah, that's exactly true, as far as I can tell. And yeah, so they would press these buttons and stuff. Okay, well, that's interesting. I don't know. I it's just my gut, but there's something. Does anybody else feel that? Yeah, this is what I feel, a presence, and I feel magic. Why don't we check which of these rooms we could get open? Because there's 2 that have regular, those were called doorknobs. Granada, maybe you're familiar with I'll try to work out. I'll check these for any surprises. I'm not detecting any surprises at this door. This door says office. So was that a being back then, an office? Office. So I'm going to get this one open, but I won't open it yet. Why don't Lord Von Chill and Wada stay here. Zell, can you come with me? Eleanor. I'm going to get this one open. Storage. That must be their wizard. Storage. Watch out for that. You don't want the security bot to run over your toes. I do feel like it has a lot of mass. It's a pleasant, it's almost like it's a musical entertainment. It's like, sounds like music. Hello. Oh, it just rolled right by me. Okay, storage. Okay, that door is unlocked. So let's open up. We're going to open up storage first and see what, is this where there are like a laboratory? Oh, okay. It's musty in here. Not as quite as sealed as there. There seems to be some cabinets, or dressers and some shelving. Is that what you'd use to clean the floor? That looks like a mop from our world. Okay, so there might be some usable stuff in this. Does one of you two want to start searching the room? Eleanor, you will. Okay. Okay, what about in the other room, the office? Office's room. Oh, yes, this is Lord Von Chill. I'm opening up the door to Office's room. Office was this is a room of, this would have been the leader of this group of, the people who are here to keep things secure. So, probably a general. I think that was their terminology for it. A lord, if you will. And, they have, wow, that's a water. That's that thing was a cooler of water. I remember reading about that. Apparently, these normally wouldn't be in these rooms. There was other rooms where they would go and gather around this the cooler of water. It was treated with they recreated watering holes for animals, like in the forest or regular, where we would gather our water. They would gather around this and in deference. They would hold the discussion, which the cooler of water could listen to. It was a form of prayer or something, I believe, or deference to water or celebration of water. It does look like there's some more storage in here. Oh, wait a second. Look at on this wall here. This is a map of this room. It describes so those other doors are well, those are holding rooms, because if this was for keeping things secure, every once in a while they would have guests there. Interesting. So there's, looks like there's at least two of those. Those are what those doors that are, and if we, if we put below this panel here, these are mechanical switches. Oh, so it looks like, from my memory, because, I do have a castle with places below the castle to keep uninvited guests. And there's usually, this is what you would call like a two-factor opening. So you would open it here, and then inside in the room with the lesser people that aren't a lord, who would say to me, Your Grace, if I was Ophis, this would be my room that I'd rule from. Obviously, I wouldn't be in such a lesser role as Ophis, but Ophis was considered a position of authority. So Ophis, obviously Storage was a much lesser role, more like a laboratory assistant, maybe a wizard, I don't know. But so Ophis would come out after activating it and then say, go ahead, open the doors. So let's try these mechanical switches and see what we can do, if there's a way. Zell, can you go over to the, that area there is called the control area on here. Control area. See, that makes sense to me, where they would control things. That's why those were, but so Zell, see if there's anything on there that says guests, I think that's a double L. Sale. I can't do it. Sales, maybe. Anything that's spelled differently doesn't look like sales, but it's that. Yeah, so I'm looking on here. Well, this one says, okay, this is boot. Okay, something's happened. I just hit this boot, because usually I'd kick something anyway, and then everything started to hum and vibrate. Anyone, Wada, any ideas? Oh boy. So, I mean, this place could have operated on fission or fusion, right? Anyone like, I don't know if people are familiar with that. So this could still have some power, though I can't imagine everything's working correctly. Maybe that's what's happening with this bot. But this room did seem hermetically sealed, even though someone has been in here. But maybe it was Mary Bear. I don't know. Maybe it was Veduel. Oh, look, I found, this is the Lord Von Chill. I found some maps. Zell, what's happening at the controls? Okay, there's, now these other buttons are lighting up. This button says, cameras activate. So I'm going to try that one. Is that, like, maybe that activates some, no, I think this must have to do with, I was almost going to be silly, but I was going to say, what if they had a team of chimeras, and we activate them? That would solve all, okay, oh boy, there's, the electric eye screens are getting, Wada, could you come over here? Wow. So I'm feeling, so those are starting to, I think that's the boot. I think boot means to start, in this world. And wow, those are the views from the electronic eyes. I'm sorry. I thought you said they would be like, remember one time you telling me they'd be like photographs, but these look more like animations, like drawings, like moving drawings, like a flip book. Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just, maybe that's, I don't know how they work, because it was only in the history books of the, like, history of the before time. Okay, Gazelle, do you mind if I look over on this control area? You stick to that control area. Oh, yeah, this is different buttons for different cameras. What do you got, Lord Von Chill? Okay, this is what I was, sales. I mean, I was spelling, I couldn't spell it, even though I was looking at the word. I don't know, something about the sound and the letters didn't make sense to me. Okay, and these ones are switches, okay, this one's kind of stuck, so I can't get that one open. Okay, let's open up the second one. Okay, is anybody over there? I found by the way, I found a ton of maps and things in the other room. And what are these called? These are printed blues. I think these were what they used for buildings, printed blues. Okay, that opened up that room for guests. There's still another set of doors. Actually, there was keys. There's a key ring in the desk of the office. That's what it's called, by the way. It's an office. There's keys, to that door, that gate. So it was like a 3-layer thing. Interesting. Maybe this room was used post. It's very clean though, but post, can anybody look in that room? Do we need the keys? No, there's some sort of highly advanced, system to use the bathroom in there. I may want to try that out. Wait a second. Let me look at it. Wait, so that's to go to the bathroom. I would have thought that was a giant, bowl for, no, yeah, that's, okay. So how do you go to the bathroom where you sit down? You sit down? That's what you're doing. You squat over it? Oh, no. Interesting. Wow. It's quite interesting. These, I'm surprised we haven't, wait, so you sit on it. It's a throne. It's like a throne. I think that's what they called them, but then, like, in a snarky way. Wow. A throne where you could go to the bathroom. I mean, there's times I've been deep in my cups that I have accidentally done that, but not in a way that would be so convenient. But these were for guests. So this is, wow. This Zell, how's it going over there? It's going great. I think this is Veduel up here on the screen here. It's a little bit hard to make out, but that does look like someone that's part dragon and powerful. And that seems to be their room. Now, if you look down at this, where the buttons are, Lord Von Schill, can you bring over those? See, that's a map. It's just a basic layout map. But if we look at this map here and lay it out here, like the actual detailed map, that's perfect. So we could see where Veduel is. Look at, there's some sort of barracks they've made. We could see outside. Yeah, we could see all the toys. That was one of the rooms. So a lot of these cameras are in rooms we've been in. These are rooms we haven't been in. And that's Veduel. Now let's see if we can find where the countdown machine is. Because there does seem to be ones covering that, the pumping plant. Go ahead, Wada. What were you? Yeah, we got to wonder if the pumping plant must be also linked to wherever the fission or fusion is that's happening in here. And maybe that's why the electric I see over there. I don't know. Oh, Eleanor here, the fission or fusion is, I think, below or above us because when Zell and I were making our way to meet up with you, I sealed up a hole with leakage that I believe was related to the fission or fusion. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so let's start to come up. We could just come up with an easy plan. This is great. What are you doing over there, Eleanor? I'm trying to get this other this switch unlocked so we can look, because I sense that's where the magic's coming from. Wada, can you go over there? And I got close to that other sealed room. Yeah, there does seem, I'm doing it to spell. Okay, yeah, I detect a sleeping rune in there. So whatever's happening is keeping someone in there asleep or was. Okay, what if we hit it with your boot? Boot it. Okay, it moved. Okay, it's opening. Okay, there's someone asleep in there. Let me go, but the rune's keeping them asleep. Is that the Baron of the Boil son? Interesting. I think that is. I can't tell because they're asleep. Let me try to counter this rune. Well, but I think keep going with that plan, whatever the plan is. Let's not, let's stay focused and moving forward. Okay, so, Zell, you were saying we could get to the, so I think we could easily come up with a plan. Like if you look at this map, keep using that marking device. So that's where Veduel is. There's the barracks. Okay, so label that. Perfect. That's their barracks. Okay, now we already see ways to get in those rooms. There's like 3 or 4 ways into each of those rooms. We could stay here and figure out Veduel's schedule. We could also, there's where the deactivation thing is. So we could try to deactivate the shutdown. And then if this is where the Baron of the Boil son is, then we've got everything covered here. And, wait a second. What is that? Granada, can you look at that too? Yeah, I'm looking. It seems to be, it's like, sparkling with magic. Is this my imagination or does that look like the couch in, our apartment? Yeah, no, that looks like, Wada, can you get over here? Yeah, I'm just countering this. I just got that spell countered. Okay, so they'll wake up in a little bit. Yeah, that is a portal to our, that seems like a portal to our world. So that must be how we get home. So we have everything, right? Because that's got to be the Baron of the Boil son. I don't want to open the door yet, just in case, but I know that I was supposed to look for an amulet the Baron of Boil son would be wearing. And I think 1 or 2 of you knows about a tattoo and a passphrase or something. But Yeah, so if we can get to that portal, wow, that portal is connected to the runes room by that tunnel. Zell, do you want to come? Do you have? Yeah, I already have a plan. So, here's the thing: we could go into this room. We could sneak into this other part of the attraction, right? See if we can make contact with any of the friends or Mary Bear, and kind of do the same plan we're doing. Ideally, spread the word for a double distraction. Let them know the stakes. Hey, we could we can all win here. Then we proceed. We find out if this is a bear and a Boyle son. Maybe we even leave them here, right? Like they have that throne toilet, and wasn't there water and some rations in the storage? So then we go. We could bring the bear and the Boyle son with us, or we go stop Veduel, easily surprise Veduel. If this is because that anteroom seems to be where all of Veduel's planning's going. And then we'll go to the runes. And so we've got all this figured out. Okay, this is Wada. Yeah, it looks like the bear and the Boyle stirring, but not awake yet. Wait, what's happening on the screen? Boy, the screens, all the electrical eyes are malfunctioning or something. Because... now that seems to be, they seem to be forming into, is that Veduel's face? Yes, yes, this is Veduel. Hello, party adventurers, Zell, Granada, Wada, Eleanor, Lord Von Chill, Shaka when the walls fell, as they say. Actually, you wouldn't say that, just you. Okay, this is Veduel. Nice to meet all of you formally. And welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you found the electric eyes. They're supposed to be photographs, but those were magical images for your viewing pleasure. And yes, you saw the portal to your world. You saw the runes room. That's funny because the runes were never activated. That was a story I planted to lead you right here where I wanted you. And before you start talking or explaining or, shouting at me, know that every step of the way I've been keeping my eye on all of you. And while I haven't had total control over everything, just like the party before you, I've been leading you where I wanted you to go. Now, there's good news in all this. It's not bad news at all. I mean, depending. I want you right here because I'm here to offer you an invitation. I could use your skills, magic, healing, powerful adventuring, dexterity, fleet of foot, intelligent, cunning. All of you have so many admirable qualities. And while you may be misguided by the Baron of the Boyle, I think there's someone that could fill you in on how misguided the Baron of the Boyle is. This power is not all good or all bad. It is a great power that we're going to free and connect with. And it will change this world. It could change your world as well. But I wanted to offer you a place in this world. You see, I think this world has everything you've always been looking for, each one of you. Don't you feel a place in this just fall right into place? Don't you realize that I'm the one that brought you here? Because I think you've always wanted to be here, each and every one of you. Your different reasons, to go into a world with real magic, with real powers of healing, with real opportunities for nimble dexterity, for holding hands and watching majestic things that don't exist in your world. To be in a world of expanding adventure instead of a world that's slowly getting smaller and smaller, of unknowns, of challenges, of endless adventures, not just in friendship, but but across the land, new places to conquer or be conquered. And, of course, connection to this new power, which will become a part of this world. Don't you realize why your world doesn't have any magic? You could also think about returning to your old world with magic and being the one who brings the magic into the new world. And yes, you say, well, what's the catch? I say, well, yeah, I can't cross over into your world. I could bring you into this one, but only you could bring the magic back through that portal. The magic of this one into that world. But we don't even need that right now. I'm inviting you to be here. That's an option for down the road. And I know you probably have some point, I can see by Zell's frowny face, you probably have some points of inquiry. And, of course, I have an ultimatum. I mean, that's how this thing works. So go ahead, Zell, and speak on behalf of your party if you wish. What are your, so you're like, oh, sorry, we're being interrupted. Someone's shouting. Yeah, this is Wada. That's the Baron of the Boil. Son, can you confirm the passphrase? Within the ice, I find my warmth. Okay, okay, that is the passphrase. Thanks, Granada. Do you have a tattoo? Why? Oh, it's on your rear end? Okay, let's see it. Okay, and the amulet. Okay, the amulet should match up if you put it in the right side of your mouth with your teeth. Okay, it does. Baron of the Boil Sun. So don't worry, we're in the process of getting you out. And we're just dealing with Veduel right now. But don't worry about it. Like Veduel's listening, though. Okay, so sorry about you being interrupted, Zell. Go ahead. Okay, Veduel, what'll happen to the people that live here, the friends in this world, and what would happen to our world if something about this seems unnatural and wrong, and I don't know. But what about Mary Bear and the friends? Okay, Zell, you speak to me about unnatural. How would you feel if you were supposed to be just an attraction and you came to life? That seems pretty unnatural to me. What if you were supposed to cross over to the next phase of existence through this portal? And then you found yourself as Mary Bear. That seems pretty unnatural to me. I'm just here to restore the natural order to things. And maybe the Baron has not had everyone's best interests in mind the whole time. Maybe the Baron wants to keep this portal secret forever, flooded at what cost? Maybe the Baron's way of doing things is getting in the way of the natural order of things. Wouldn't her son agree with me? Yes, I am the son of the Baron of the Boil. And son in name, well, I'm here with Veduel by purpose to laugh at all of you. I wasn't asleep at all, Hardy. Har har. I've been waiting for you to arrive to let you know the same thing Veduel's saying. My mother's always worried about everybody instead of what's best for the world. And that's the same thing Veduel's saying. I don't know. This portal's been discovered to another world. We're just going to cover it up with water for 150 years and then see what happens. And who says that the toys need to, anything needs, maybe they could have their own world. We haven't made that decision yet. Veduel and I have been working pretty nicely with all of the toys. I mean, Mary Bear doesn't like us because Mary Bear doesn't like to listen. And I think we know best. And I think that all of you know best. And we're not asking you to do anything other than, you're supposed to rescue me. I've already been rescued. I was here on my own agenda the whole time. My mother asked you to defeat Veduel. I don't see that happening. My mother asked you to flood the park where now you've made friends. You don't have to do that. And here's the thing, like, you could go back to your world, I think is what Veduel's saying, or you could stay here with us and join us and be a part of something new for all of you. So, I got to go because I'm about to be teleported out, but I bid you adieu. Okay, Veduel back here, my brother, from someone we no longer call mother. So here's the ultimatum. We're going to close all the doors here remotely. So now you're a part of the security room, and you could stand there and think about your choice. Do you want to join us? You'll get free passage, and you could come join me. I do need a little bit of help at getting this portal out and controlling it. So I'm not trying to pull any wool over your eyes. It'll take a little bit of effort to make sure we can use it safely, and we have control over it. It doesn't have control over us. I know I could see on your faces, oh, Veduel's been tricked by a giant spirit-based dragon from another world, whispering in Veduel's ear every single night, telling me of my past and my potential as a dragon, telling me of endless possibilities that I could share with all of you. Or you could stay in here. Those other two security bots are able to be turned on, and they do create quite formidable opponents. So you could stay in this room and think about it for a little while, and then you could come join me, or you could stay in that room and, you could look at, I'll leave you as you stay in this room with a view of your world and a view of the work I'm doing until, and then you could dance with those security bots. I don't think you'll come out on top. But even then, you've seen the armor that makes up those walls. And those doors will be locked. So make your choice. I'll give you some time to rest and think about it as I cast this spell of sleep to give you 8 solid hours of rest. And then you can make your choice whether to join me in adventure or not. Good night, everybody. From Veduel, a friend, not a foe. All right, I want to thank everybody that became a patron recently. Emily, Spara, and Emily, thank you, thanks, and good night. Gaindo, Chelsea, and Luis, thank you, thanks, and good night. Todd, Brian, and Melissa, thank you, thanks, and good night. Jennifer, Melissa, and Holly, thank you, thanks, and good night. Fee, Tarmac, and Christina, thank you, thanks, and good night. Frank, James, and Arlo, thanks, and good night. Alex, Dave, and Colin, thank you, thanks, and good night. Paula, Sophie, and Emma, thank you, thanks, and good night. And Rocket, Jimmy, and John, thank you, thanks, and good night. Thanks to everybody who supports the show directly by being a rebel with the cause, paying for a free podcast, having a subscription, whether you do it to support the show or get to ad-free episodes or some other kind of bonus content. You're helping keep the show free for everybody, as well as those who support the sponsors. And I couldn't do it without the help of other people. So I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. And also, your free way to support the show is to spread the word. Yes, spread the word about the podcast, let people know about it. And I really appreciate it. And here's Scoots asking you for something, or Tuck You In sponsor. That's how we're at 600 episodes in the ad-supported archive, ready to go. So if you're looking to listen to the show, there's plenty of options. Thanks and good night.